Pentagon briefing room, in the heart of Washington, D.C., behind reinforced doors and layers of security clearances. There was a room almost no one ever entered, a room where the light felt colder, the silence heavier, and the air itself carried the weight of decisions that could reshape history. It was here, inside this dimly lit Pentagon chamber, that the fate of nations shifted without a sound. A long wooden table sat in the center, its surface spotless except for a single object, a thick black folder stamped, with bold red letters top, secret. 3 senior officials stood around it, their faces half hidden in shadow, their expressions unreadable. No one spoke at first. They didn't need to. Everyone knew that whatever lay inside that folder was more than information. It was a burden, a responsibility. This room wasn't made for speeches or debate. It was made for decisions that had no turning back. Close up of the top secret folder. Before the folder was ever opened, it already carried a sense of danger. Its matte black surface absorbed the room's light, as if even illumination feared touching it. In the center, a bright red stamp cut across the darkness. Top secret, strictly compartmented. That kind of classification reserved for missions so delicate, so catastrophic if revealed, that only a handful of people in the entire government would ever learn of them. The folder wasn't thick, but its contents weighed more than any stack of documents. Inside lay maps, coded instructions, and orders written in a tone colder than steel. And beneath all that lay the truth. This mission would never be acknowledged, never recorded, never traced back to the country that authorized it. Even before the first page was turned, the folder whispered one silent message. This information can alter the world. Ethan studying the Soviet underwater cable map. Commander Ethan Walker leaned over the old, creased map as if it were a doorway to another world. Faint pencil markings traced a thin line beneath the Soviet coastline, and underwater communications cable carrying some of the most tightly guarded military secrets of the USSR. Ethan's eyes followed the line slowly, absorbing every detail, every contour, as if memorizing the path to an enemy's heartbeat. He knew tapping that cable would give the United States a window into conversations meant never to be heard, but he also understood the price of failure. One slip, one miscalculation, one unexpected Soviet patrol, and the world could plunge into a war no one would survive. As he studied the map, the room faded around him. It was just him, the cable, and the crushing weight of what it meant. This wasn't just intelligence gathering. It was stepping into the lion's den, underwater, in total silence. USS Halibut leaving harbor, under a moonless sky. The massive silhouette of the USS Halibut drifted away from the harbor, like a silent predator. No sirens, no crowds, no farewell signals, only the gentle ripple of dark water, and the soft hum of the nuclear engines deep inside its hull. This was not a mission that allowed goodbyes. Every crew member aboard knew the stakes, though none dared speak them aloud. Somewhere across the ocean lay the Soviet Union, guarded, watchful, relentless, and they were heading straight toward its jaws. As the submarine passed the final buoy and slipped into open waters, the lights of American shores faded behind it. Ahead stretched nothing but darkness and uncertainty. Yet the Halibut moved with purpose, with discipline, with the collective understanding that their silent departure tonight might prevent a global disaster tomorrow. There are voyages for exploration, and then there are voyages that determine the fate of nations. Submarine traveling underwater, deep beneath the surface, the USS Halibut glided through the black ocean like a steel ghost. There were no stars here, no moonlight, only miles of crushing water pressing against the hull. The deeper the submarine went, the quieter the world became. No sound but the steady hum of machinery, and the distant heartbeat of the deep. Every man on board felt the pressure not just from the ocean, but from the mission that waited below. In the war rooms above the surface, politicians argued and generals planned. But down here, in the silent abyss, a handful of sailors carried the responsibility of stopping a war no one was ready for. With every meter they descended, the ocean swallowed them whole. Yet the submarine moved forward, fearless, unseen, unheard. For in the darkness of the deep, true power lies not in noise, but in silence. Divers preparing inside the submarine. Inside the submarine's cramped diving chamber, -1 men suited up in dim red lighting. Every click of a buckle, every hiss of tightening gear echoed like a countdown. Their faces remained unreadable, focused, disciplined, steady because fear had no room here. These divers weren't ordinary soldiers. They trained for conditions no human was meant to survive. Freezing temperatures, crushing pressure, and pitch-black waters where even light refused to exist. Yet tonight, they would descend even deeper into Soviet territory. Ethan checked each diver's equipment one final time. He didn't give them a speech. He didn't need to. Every man already understood the truth. If something went wrong, no rescue would come. Their mission would be denied. Their existence erased. Still, they stood ready. Because some missions aren't carried out for glory, but for the quiet hope that the world above never learns what could have happened. Divers entering the ocean at night. The submarine hatch opened with a slow metallic groan, releasing a flood of icy seawater that rushed into the chamber. One by one, the divers stepped into the blackness, their bodies swallowed instantly by the endless dark. No lights, no sound. Nothing but the suffocating cold of the deep. The surface world was gone now. Up above, nations argued. Down here, death lurked quietly in every direction. Their descent was slow and controlled, each movement calculated to avoid noise. Tiny bubbles escaped their suits and drifted upward like silent prayers, vanishing long before reaching the surface. Ethan led the formation, his eyes scanning the abyss through the green glow of his goggles. The pressure squeezed against their bodies like an invisible fist, but they pushed forward, for somewhere below lay a cable carrying secrets powerful enough to stop a war. And they were the only men who could reach it. Soviet sonar pings underwater. Every few seconds, a sharp metallic ping cut through the water, the sound of Soviet sonar sweeping the ocean. It echoed through the darkness like a warning. We are watching. We are hunting. The divers froze each time the sound rippled past them. They were trained to recognize these signals, the timing, the rhythm, the strength. The Soviet Navy didn't know they were here, but they were searching for any irregularity, any anomaly, any flicker of movement beneath the waves. The ocean became a battlefield of sound. One wrong fin stroke, one dropped tool, one bounce of metal against rock, and the sonar would pick it up instantly. The ping grew louder, closer. The divers held their breath, hearts pounding so hard they feared the Soviets might hear that too. And then, the ping faded away. The ocean exhaled, and the mission continued. Divers finding the cable on ocean floor. Through the haze of underwater darkness, the cable finally appeared. A thick steel line stretched across the ocean floor like a sleeping serpent. This was the Soviet Navy's lifeline, carrying messages meant to stay hidden from the world. Thousands of conversations, thousands of secrets. Ethan hovered above it, steadying his breathing. He motioned to the team, and the divers positioned themselves around the cable, their movements slow, graceful, precise, even touching the ocean floor risked disturbing silk that could alert sonar detectors. The cable felt cold through Ethan's gloves. Cold, silent, powerful. This was more than equipment. This was access to the mind of an enemy superpower. For a long moment, no one moved. The divers simply stared, acknowledging the weight of what they were about to do. Then Ethan gave the signal. The operation had officially begun. The tapping device being installed, Suspended from Ethan's hands was the tapping device, a 700-pound metal instrument built to steal whispers from the deep. Lowering it onto the cable was like performing surgery in total darkness. Every movement had to be perfect. He inched it downward slowly, controlling the descent with both strength and precision. The other divers held position, watching for any vibration, any slip, any sound that might alert Soviet sensors. Even the ocean seemed to hold its breath. The device hovered inches above the cable. Time slowed. Ethan's hands trembled from the pressure, not fear. Then the final moment arrived. He aligned the clamps, tightened his grip, and gently lowered the device onto the cable. For a heartbeat, nothing happened. And then, click, a sound so small, yet powerful enough to shift the entire Cold War. A forgotten hangar revealing a strange experimental aircraft. Dust fell like snow as the rusted hangar doors slid open for the first time in decades. Inside, covered in tarps and shadows, stood an aircraft unlike anything built during its time. Its wings were curved backward, its body smooth like a modern stealth jet. But this was designed in the 1940s. The soldiers who discovered it whispered in disbelief. This was the legendary Project Spectre, an experiment that disappeared along with everyone who worked on it. No blueprints, no test records, not even a final flight report survived. As a technician brushed dirt off the cockpit, he noticed scorch marks on the floor, as if the plane had tried to take off or crash-landed. Whatever secrets this machine held had been locked away from the world for a reason, and now someone was finally uncovering them. Two intelligence officers trading a briefcase under a broken streetlight. Under a flickering streetlight in a war-torn city, two intelligence officers met in silence. No greetings, no names, no eye contact, only a metal briefcase between them. Inside that case were documents classified far beyond top secret, containing details of an operation so sensitive that even presidents were denied full access. The older officer hesitated before letting go, knowing that once the case changed hands, he would be hunted by his own government. The younger agent opened it slightly and froze at what he saw. Coordinates of locations that officially didn't exist, reports of unregistered prisoner transfers, and evidence of a full-scale covert program hidden from the world. As the streetlight buzzed and died, both men vanished into the alleyways, leaving behind only the echo of a truth too dangerous to speak aloud. A mountain base hidden behind a waterfall. Behind the roar of a massive waterfall, an invisible entrance slid open, revealing a secret military base carved directly into the mountain. Very few knew of its existence. Fewer still had ever been inside. This hidden fortress was the headquarters of Operation Deep Current, a project that monitored enemy communications without using radio waves, satellites, or any known technology of the era. As a young officer stepped into the cavern, he saw engineers working on glowing machines that hummed like ocean currents. The base constantly shifted locations within the tunnels, ensuring no intruder could map it. What the officer learned that day wouldn't appear in textbooks or documentaries. It would remain buried under cascading water and decades of silence, because this base didn't just hide secrets, it produced them. A soldier discovering a hidden room behind a collapsing wall. When the wall of the ruined bunker collapsed, the soldier expected dust and rubble, not a sealed steel door. With effort, he forced it open and stepped into a perfectly preserved room, untouched by time. Files lay neatly on the table, maps pinned to the walls, and a radio still connected to a long dead power line. At the center was a diary marked for authorized eyes only. As he read the entries, his breath caught. It described a covert mission, where an entire platoon vanished after encountering something unexplained behind enemy lines. Orders were issued to erase all records and seal the room forever. The soldier realized he was now holding information that was never meant to surface again. And in that moment, he understood. Discovering the truth was more dangerous than the battlefield outside. A convoy crossing the forbidden desert under a blood-red sky. A trail of armored trucks cut through the desert, their engines drowned by the howling wind. The convoy wasn't marked with any nation's insignia. They belonged to no country. Their destination was a restricted zone erased from all maps after a classified event decades earlier. As the sky turned blood red, the lead commander checked his sealed orders. They were transporting relics of an operation involving technology stolen, copied, or reverse-engineered from unknown origins. Every few miles, strange magnetic interference scrambled the radios, while shadows moved across the dunes without leaving footprints. The soldiers weren't told what existed in this desert, only what didn't survive. As they pushed deeper into the forbidden zone, it became clear they were delivering something back to the place it was taken from, and that returning here was a mistake. A war room where generals argue over a classified map. In a heavily secured war room, generals leaned over a map marked with red circles and thick blackout zones. Their voices clashed in anger, fear, and disbelief. This was the planning table for Operation Iron Veil, a mission so secret only 7 people in the world knew its full scope. Satellite images had captured patterns in enemy territory that defied logic, structures appearing overnight, strange heat signatures underground, and whole battalions disappearing without a trace. Some generals insisted it was new enemy technology. Others believed it was something far older. As the argument grew, one officer slammed a file onto the table. "We cannot let the public know," he said. The room went silent. Whatever Operation Iron Veil was meant to stop, it had already begun. An abandoned village with papers scattered in the wind. The village looked frozen in time. Food sat untouched on tables, doors remained unlocked, and personal belongings lay scattered as if everyone vanished mid-step. Papers fluttered in the cold wind, evacuation notices, coded messages, and classified warnings. This village was the center of Operation Silent Harvest, a mission erased from national archives. A lone investigator walked through the empty streets, recording everything. The deeper he explored, the more unsettling it became. There were no signs of struggle, only sudden disappearance. At the center of the village stood a radio tower never seen on any blueprint. Its wires hummed with faint energy even though it had no power source. As the investigator read the final abandoned report, he realized the village wasn't evacuated. It was contained. A soldier climbing into a crashed aircraft with strange markings. Smoke still rose from the twisted metal as the soldier climbed into the wreckage. The aircraft didn't match any known design. Its wings were too smooth, its controls too advanced, and its markings written in symbols no one had seen before. Command said it was an enemy prototype, but the soldier knew better. This crash site was linked to Operation Nightchasm, a mission classified so deeply that even its name was supposed to be forgotten. As he explored the cockpit, he found a metallic cylinder glowing faintly among the debris. The moment he touched it, the air vibrated with a low hum. Whatever this machine was, it wasn't meant for the world of the 20th century, and recovering it might unleash consequences no one was prepared to face. A massive underground vault opening after decades sealed shut. The enormous vault doors groaned and slid open, releasing a breath of stale, ancient air. Inside lay row after row of crates stamped with a single symbol, a circle with 3 slashes through it. This vault belonged to Operation Black Lantern, a program that collected forbidden technologies, dangerous artifacts, and evidence of experiments the public was never supposed to learn about. A research team cautiously cracked open the first crate. Their shock was immediate. Inside was a machine far too advanced for the year it was supposedly built. As they moved deeper into the vault, they realized each crate held something stranger, more impossible. The question was no longer why the vault was hidden, but why it had been opened now. A commander holding a letter revealing the operation's final truth. Sitting alone in his tent, the commander unfolded a yellowed, sealed letter marked to be opened only in final emergency. His hand shook. as he read the truth behind the operation he had led for years. The mission had never been about the enemy. It was designed to contain a catastrophic secret that his own government had unleashed decades earlier, a truth so devastating that revealing it would create global panic. Every soldier lost, every mission erased, every lie told to the public. All of it was meant to hide a single mistake. As he finished reading, the commander realized why this letter had been sealed for so long. The real threat wasn't outside the borders. It was buried deep within them. And now, he was the only one left who knew.